What's up, everyone? I'm Dimebot, and this is Palia. So, in this edition of What Is, we're going to be talking about what is Palia. And let's go ahead and break it down real fast. Palia is a cozy MMO life sim. So, what does that mean? That means that they took the things that you might like from MMOs like crafting and farming and fishing and setting up your house and decorating your plot and everything, and they stripped out all of the other stuff like the combat against hideous world bosses bent on destroying the universe and going and fetching 5 rat pelts for somebody. This is a game that is simply focused on the experience of just living in the world, trying to figure out why you, a human, have suddenly appeared out of a magical void after God knows how long, and just getting to know and interact with the various people, NPCs, and of course your fellow other players, because this is an MMO. So let's start by breaking down the core of the game. So that's going to be, for me, your housing plot here. You can see my house here. You do have to build this. It does take 8 hours to build once you give it the materials. I've got a farm plot. I have a variety of crafting machines here, which we may get into a little later. And if we head on into my house, you can see that I have started decorating. Now, a couple things I want to point out right off the bat. This is a beta, and there are a lot of things that are being worked on, a lot of things that we would like to see changed in the devs. At Singularity 6, have been pretty good about this, but you'll notice I can't sit any near my furniture. That is something I really hope they add, but you have a wide array of decorating options. I have not unlocked a ton of them yet, but just through basic crafting, I've unlocked recipes for everything you see in the house. I can move my house around if I want. There's a handy menu I can pull up that allows me to move things around, see a grid, snap things. It's really quite nice compared to some decorating systems I've seen in other games. Now, of course, I have my farm plot. You'll have noticed all these little unlockable icons you can expand. I have actually picked up 3 extra little plots back here. Haven't done anything with them. And you exist in this instance plot. So, this is where you're going to farm. You're going to craft, for example, making leather. I made some fabric here. This is for planks. You're going to need those. Crafting bars. I've made some ceramic and some iron. I've got 2 of those. And, of course, as I said, my farm plot over here. Now, once you leave your plot, or if you want to go visit another friend's plot, you can simply hit the board right here. Once you leave, you'll pop out into the main part of whatever server you're on. Now, you can party up with friends. There is a button to sync servers so that you guys will see each other and be able to interact. Quite nice. But once we get out of our plot, what is there to do? Well, there's a lot, honestly. There's fishing, there's hunting bugs, there's chopping wood, there's mining. Now, some of these could be more fully fleshed out, and I think that will be coming with time. Again, this is a beta. The core basics of the game are here, but if you're expecting fully fleshed out super deep systems, no, that's not here yet. That is still being worked on. But we'll see out here in the main world. We have Klima Village. We have several different named areas: Gillyfin Cove, Remembrance Beach, Fisherman's Lagoon. And you'll see different icons. These are different NPCs. Some of them are related to different skills. Like Hassian here is the hunting guy. So as you level up your hunting, he will ask you or send you mail. You go talk to him. He'll give you recipes for better bows, for better arrows. Same for the fisherman down here. Tish is our furniture person. This is the mayor. You can go to the mayor's estate, city hall, and you can get better stuff for your house, buy better rooms to add on. You've got the ruins. This is where the researcher hangs out, and she is integral to the main quest line. You've got the farmer out here, and it goes on and on and on. You have a NPC that is tied to each one of your skills: fishing, cooking, gardening, mining, furniture making, foraging, bug catching, and hunting. Now, leveling each of those up is what contributes to your player level. So you can see I've gotten to level 5 with a couple, level 4 with a couple. You can tell what I focus on and what I don't. And as you interact with those people and up your skills, you can get better gear. Now, that gear does have a bar that runs down over time. Durability, you can, of course, repair them. Here, this is our bug catching friend right here. I'll open his store. You'll see that he sells some sticky bombs. I've already bought the upgraded bug catching belt and the smoke bomb. I haven't met the requirements for some of this stuff yet. This is your primary progression outside of the story quests. Now, I would recommend doing the story quests, as they're quite interesting so far, as the game hinges on the mystery of where exactly did you come from, and also you learning how to be a productive member of the society. To that end, you'll be ranging around, hunting, fishing, fulfilling requests for villagers, and also for community members, which we can talk about. So we do have a community. You can see that really none of my friends are online. I'm recording this at an odd time for them, but you can request things. Of course, there's no request right now, but say I needed 7 heartwood planks. I could request those, and a friendly player could contribute those to me. They will gain renown, which is a currency you can use to boost your XP gains, basically. And that incentivizes players to help each other. Everything that you do in this game really incentivizes cooperation. When you are partied up with somebody, for example, we cooked some hearty potato stew yesterday. It requires 2 people, one to chop the veggies, another to stir the pot. Both of us got the experience. Both of us got the soup when we got done. Here's our friendly hunting man. So, I could buy a slowdown arrow if I had the money. You can also chat with them, you can become friends with them, you can romance them, you can find out what they want for the week, and that will help your relationship status with them. There's also another area further out here that does contain some ruins and some more places to explore. You're going to get different fish, different bugs, different things in these different areas, so it is kind of incentivized to explore. And that's a tough deer. And I'm a terrible shot today. But when you take something out, you will get a bag to drop. There we go. I'm using the wrong arrows also. There we go. Now we have some fur. Here's another collectible. We can grab that. All of this stuff is going to be used for crafting, for gifting, for different things like that. That is the crux of the gameplay right now. There are certain things that you may see get called out if you watch the game chat down there. Flow trees, flow rocks, things like that that require more players to take them down. That's kind of a more high-level thing. I've not gotten there yet. But in general, you're just going to be running around. You're going to be going into these mines, things like that. So, a fair amount to see and do, even at this early stage. It is only 2 zones, though. You will be able to see all of the land in the game fairly quickly. So, that being said, let's talk about maybe some of the negatives. I've already mentioned some of the systems are not fully fleshed out. That is certainly the case. Things could be a little more balanced. They have recently done a balance pass to make some things a little easier. For example, they added an AoE effect to the bombs that you throw at the bugs. You used to have to target them perfectly. There we go. I've caught a common blue butterfly. And my bug catching skill went up just a little bit. Sometimes it's not exactly clear what you need to do to progress a certain thing. You will get a piece of mail from the NPC saying, hey, I have a new recipe to sell you, but you're kind of left to your own devices on, well, how do I make money? Obviously, I'm using the farming route if you saw my house, but there are other ways, but they don't seem as lucrative yet, so a little more economic balance maybe could be done there. And performance problems. Now, I've not experienced them, but I'm using a 4090 to run this game. But I will tell you that it is not stable. The frame rates, particularly 99% lows, can be all over the place. And there is really kind of an end to the main story quest right now. Obviously more of that coming later, but you will reach it pretty quickly. So how much mileage you get out of beta right now depends on how much you love just running around and crafting and getting new recipes, making friends with players, things like that. For my money, the art style is beautiful. Some people have said that they don't really care for it. I like it. I've always loved slightly more stylized styles like this. So that's not a big deal for me. In a nutshell, that is basically Palia. Not a lot of negatives. Just the fact that it's a beta and that the full game is not really here is the main negative. You're going to, you know, if you mainline this game, you're probably going to get bored fairly quickly. Some people don't like that it can take real time, like considerable real time, to process some resources or build a house. I actually value that because that means that I don't have to sit here and babysit this game like I would some other MMOs. I can feel like I've reached a stopping point and be done. I'll leave that up to you. That is personal preference. But that is Palia in a nutshell, as I've said. So it is in open beta. You can go check out the website. I'll put a link in the video description below if you are interested in that. And hope to see you there because I really think they've got something special going here, and I really want them to succeed. But that'll do it for me today. If you enjoyed the video, found it useful, helpful, hey, like, subscribe. It really helps the channel out. And if you have something else you'd like me to talk about for Palia, leave it in the comments below. If you're here to the end, watch time is key on YouTube, so thank you so very much. My name is Dimebot, and I will see you guys next time.